I'm surprised, but not disheartened by the announcement of the Indian team for this T20 World Cup. I'm surprised because I was under the impression that everything is signed, sealed, and delivered, that they're going to give Shubman Gill a very long rope because Suryakumar Yadav had said they like the idea of fire and ice at the top with a lot of fire to come. And I just thought that there was a sense of continuity about it. But last evening on Crickbuzz, we were talking at an alternative squad. And in that alternative squad, you didn't have fire and ice, but you had fire and fire, which meant you had Ishan Kishan coming in. And the moment Ishan Kishan came in, Jitesh Sharma went out. And that created an opening for someone I believe be in the squad every single time. And that is Rinku Singh. The discussion would not have been about Jitesh Sharma at all. He's collateral damage in the discussion on Shubman Gill. Now, they probably thought we've given Shubman Gill a long enough go that maybe he's a little bit out of rhythm. Maybe he's having to change his style too much. Maybe the Shubman Gill that the Gujarat Titans need is different from the Shubman Gill that India needs. And I think their minds would have changed seeing Sanju Samson bat at the top and seeing what fire and fire does together. Yesterday, in that game, India went fire, fire, fire. They didn't have fire and ice. And I think that sort of tilted the scales, apart from the fact that people must have been watching Ishan Kishan on the Mushtaq Ali. And really, with Ishan Kishan, it was always a question of just getting it together. Now, look at what the selection of Ishan Kishan means from the selectors' point of view. Straight away, they've given themselves options for three players. If Abhishek Sharma has an injury or he wakes up with a stiff neck or he suddenly something happens to him, Ishan Kishan slots into that place as an opener. But he's also very effective at number 3. So should there be an option required for Tilak Varma, Ishan Kishan becomes an option for both of them, but he also becomes an option, a like for like, but a left-handed option. And when I say like for like, it is in the manner in which they play. So a like for like, but a left-handed option for Sanju Samson. This is the reason why Ishan Kishan always gets his big buys at the IPL auction, because he contributes in so many ways. He can change matches in 15, 20 balls. So I think the idea of having Ishan Kishan there over Shubman Gill would have been just a little too tempting to ignore after what he did in the Mushtaq Ali. As I said, collateral damage. The moment you had Ishan Kishan in and you couldn't leave out Sanju Samson given what he has done, then you didn't need Jitesh Sharma down. Now, the interesting thing is there's a lot of firepower down there already. You've got Hardik Pandya, you've got Shivam Dubey, Akshar Patel, Washington Sundar can play that role. But if you needed a pure batter down there and someone who's done that very successfully over the years, you could immediately slot Rinku Singh in. The only issue with this is you've taken 2 right-handers out and you've brought 2 left-handers in. So this becomes a very left-hand heavy lineup, which means that the breakup with Sanju Samson, Suryakumar Yadav and Hardik Pandya becomes absolutely essential. So in giving themselves options, they've just closed 1 or 2 options, but the message that this selection is sending out is very clear. We're just going to go boom, boom, boom and see what we get and bat very deep. Now let's look at the options down the order. I think Bumrah picks himself and Akshar Patel picks himself, Varun Chakravarti picks himself. Hardik Pandya is there anyway, but you still want 2 bowling options. One of the things that happened when you played the Gill and Jitesh Sharma combination was that Jitesh Sharma, but neither of them bowled, and Jitesh was taking up a lower order bowling option. Now, instead, you could play Washington Sundar and Harshit Rana, or you could play Washington Sundar and Kuldeep Yadav. All of a sudden, you can play that extra bowler because the player who will come into the role that Jitesh Sharma was playing will now be most likely a spin bowling all-rounder, or maybe occasionally Harshit Rana as well. So, as I said, I'm a little surprised because I thought that the selection committee had signed off on this team, but I'm not disheartened because I think this gives you lots and lots of options. Now the question, if you've taken a hard call on Shubman Gill, what about the hard call on Suryakumar Yadav? If anything, Shubman has scored a few more runs, has looked a little more comfortable, whereas Suryakumar Yadav's numbers over the last 20-odd games are dire. And as we said on Crickbuzz yesterday, what is even more disappointing is the manner in which he's getting out. But Shubman Gill will discover that when he is captain of a side that is doing very, very well, but he himself is struggling, he too will get a long rope. If for example, he's ODI captain, he goes 10 or 12 games without scoring, but India win 9 or 10 out of those, Shubman Gill still stays into the side. Ditto when he's test match captain as well. So that is what has worked in favor of Suryakumar Yadav. And the fact that over the last so many years, whenever Suryakumar Yadav has got it right, he's probably been the best T20 batter in the world, certainly the best middle order T20 batter in the world. And this is the selectors sitting in that meeting. I know Suryakumar Yadav's in the meeting as well, saying, a month and a half, Sky, month and a half. Get your act together. Stop getting out caught at mid-off, mid-on inside the circle trying to go over, because that was a shot you played very well. So this is a strong vote of confidence in him. I like this side very much because there's Bumrah, Varun Chakravarti, the two best bowlers in the world at what they do. Harshit Rana has been mighty impressive in everything that's been asked of him in white ball cricket. Arshdeep is a class act. And then you've got Kuldeep, you've got Akshar Patel, you've got Washington Sundar. What this team also does now is, if Washington Sundar plays at number 8 and they back him to take the new ball and bowl in the power play, and then use Hardik and Shivam Dubey as the backup spinners, you could actually have a situation. Say you've gone to Colombo and it's absolutely dry. You could have a situation where you play Akshar Patel, Washington Sundar, Kuldeep Yadav, Varun Chakravarti, much like India was doing during the combination India was using during the Champions Trophy. But I mean, I know that was over 50 overs, but that kind of combination using occasional seamers, Hardik Pandya is a little more than that, and using 4 spin bowling options. So I like this side. I don't think anyone has any cause to complain about the selection of this side. And I think this makes India very strong contenders. I mean, the opposition's got to look at this side and say, right, how do we beat these guys? I like the fact, too, that Akshar Patel is vice captain. I think he did a good job with Delhi Capitals. He's a senior player. He plays the difficult roles in the side. He bats up, he bats down, bowls right through the middle, sometimes the odd over in the power play as well. It's a recognition of the great importance that he carries. Then I look at this team and say, is this a bat-first team or a chasing team? Everybody likes to be a chasing team. They bat so deep. They'll be a wonderful chasing team. But as you saw against South Africa, this team, if it gives itself enough bowling options, bats first and makes 220, and it has the capacity to make those 220 runs. This is a team that's very difficult to beat. I think there's a reason that the opposition will look at this team and say India are among the top 2 or 3 favorites.
So thank you for watching, and do subscribe to this channel.